Hey, this is Kathy, and I am in a swap on minialbumscraps.com, and I'll put the link below. But anyway, what it is, the swap that I am is the coin envelope and coffee sleeve swap. And our local office supply store is Staples, and they didn't have any number 6 coin envelopes, so I needed to make some. And I want to show you, I did watch some on YouTube, and I kind of made my own version because I like the longer flaps on mine. So anyway, and I made different sizes and so forth, but I'm going to show you basically how I did it. And this is one of those, usually when I make videos I'll stop and erase and start again, and I'm never happy with it, always editing, but this time I'm going to just go with it because I don't have that much of this paper to show you. So anyway, what I do, if you want to write down the measurements, I used 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and this, of course, I think all of you probably know this paper line. I just love it. Graphic 45 Le Romantique, and I'm almost out of this, and I know they're not making it anymore, but hopefully I can find some more somewhere. Anyway, so start with 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. Now here's the important thing: if you're working with a print that you care about how it's oriented, what you need to do, let me show you how your final cut product is going to look. So what you would want to do in this one, I did use a print. So you want to start with the bottom. Now, does this make sense? So if you look here, your smallest score is going to be over here. It'll make some more sense as we go. So you can always keep your one cut piece as a reference. And that only applies if you're working with a print that you care about how it's oriented. So you want to start out, and this is going to be upside down to you, but you start out with the bottom of the print against this edge of your scoring board. So your first score is going to be at 1/2 inch. So here's our first score here at the 1/2 inch mark, and then your second score this way is going to be 6.5 inches. So I'm going to score down and give it a good score. Nice deep line there, and then you're going to turn it 90 degrees. So I'm going to turn it this way. You want the bottom of the print facing you now, and we're going to score this one at 1 3/4. So here 1 3/4, and then again at 5 1/8. So 5 1/8. And I can actually put these instructions at the bottom of the video too. Okay, so there are your scores. Okay, now the goal is, and you can do this however you want, you need to cut the corners out. All 4 corner pieces need to be cut out. I am not a straight cutter, which I guess to be a scrapbooker you really should be, but I am honestly not a very straight cutter. So I use my trimmer to do it. Here's one important thing, and I'm not going to bore you with cutting it in front of you with my trimmer, but you know, of course, you line it up where your cut mark is, and I make sure I don't go past the next score, because you've got a piece here, you're going to score on a piece here. Don't go past this one as you're scoring, or as you're cutting this way, because it'll screw up the corners of your envelope. So it's better to go short and then just snip a little bit with your scissors. I can do that much straight, and get these corners out, and then this is what it's going to look like after your corners are cut out. Okay, so I'll work with this piece to show you the rest of what I do. And I like to ink everything, especially, I don't know, there's something about florals whenever you antique them and distress them. So anyway, then you're just going to go around, depending on which flap you like. Now, I actually like the larger flap over top of the smaller one, but you could do it either way. So you could go, large over top of the small, or small over top of the large, but I like large over top. So you really don't have to ink this edge. It's not going to show, it's going to be covered up. That's all I wanted to say. But anyway, So I just go along. I don't know why I was thinking that side. This side's going to be showing. Go along and ink the edges. And I'm using chalking ink by Quick Quotes. This is Amaretto. And then I go through and do a second layer with Mocha Mama. And you're going to get it as best you can, but you'll see once you fold it up, you're going to ink it even more. If you're like me, I like it to be really inked up nice. So just go around and get all your edges, and you'll want to get your folds, and once you put it together, you can ink again on your folds. And you'll want to, because it never seems to be enough. And then just ink up all my edges. Okay, then I go over it again with the Mocha Mama. But like I said, I'll do more once we have it all. Oh, I didn't have to do that edge. Get it all glued up. So anyway, you got your inking done to this point, and then like I said, I always put my larger flap over. Now, another good thing to do, if you want to do them, there's all kinds of things you can do with your edges here. Plus, I like to cut a circle here, and I like to do it before I glue it. So you'll just put your circle punch. Sometimes it's difficult to get it in there. Figures when you're doing video. So anyway, it's not going to work. So you end up with your, you know, a little dip in there to make it look more like a coin envelope. Most of them I did that with, and like I said, I did different flaps. I'll just show you my different ones here. This flap, I just went to the edge and cut an angle on it to make it more of an envelope like flap. And then with this one, I did the same thing, and it's got the little circle punch there. What I love, you really will want to use double-sided paper so that the inside of your envelope is going to be interesting too. I mean, I guess you could use a plain one. Now this one, I rounded the corners on this one, and then on this one, I used one of my corner punches to punch a little design in there. I love this. Isn't that gorgeous? There's something about these papers being distressed. It just looks gorgeous. So little dip in there. And then this one I decided to leave, and you could do a variety. This one I decided to leave you know, squared off. So I didn't cut a little circle in there, and I just left all the edges squared, and I really like this one too. Another really pretty paper. When I get this, I can't show this video until I send it to Jenny, my partner in the UK. Once I know she gets it, then I can post this, because these are going to be the envelopes I'm putting together for her book. And then I'll also, when I get finished the book, show you. So our next thing to do is, I use Beacons. I know a lot of you like Elmer's glue products, but I like Beacon, and I use the 3-in-1 a lot, and then I also use the Zip Dry. I just happen to be out of Zip Dry right now. So you'll probably want to use a liquid glue for this. So I'm going to put my larger edge on the other one, and so you'll want a strip of glue down there. Okay. And there we go. And we'll punch the hole afterwards since it wasn't cooperating for the video. Another little strip of glue there. Put your bottom flap down. And this one, I think I'll round the edges on this one. So I'll just get my corner rounder here. And then of course they'll need inked after you do that, but this is what we end up with. And of course on the inside, isn't that gorgeous? I mean, it's just so pretty. So anyway, there's our, oh, I also wanted to tell you, and I didn't do that this time for some reason. I take my foam folder and I go along the edges before I glue it together, just to kind of give it a nice little crease there. Okay, and then you're ready to just decorate them up. I also wanted to show you, well, what the other thing I'm going to do, and I don't have this completed yet because I got to fuss with the tags some more. In fact, I'll take them out because I'm going to ink them and put fibers on them and all. But then I covered the, I'm going to make mine a combo of coin envelopes and the coffee sleeves. And thanks to my friends, I'm a care manager at a hospital, and all my nursing friends have been bringing me their coffee sleeves after they're done. These are the ones we have in our cafeteria. So the other thing I wanted to show you how to do. Now I know a lot of you have probably already done this. I take regular printer paper and spray it with several different colors of Tattered Angels. You could use any micro mist, just so it's going to have the glimmer in it, any kind of glimmer mist. And you just douse it with, usually 3 different colors works best. I used leather and gold and then a white, the diamonds on this to make it really shiny. And then after you get it really like drenched with those colors, you just crinkle it all up into a ball and then unfold it, let it dry. And I did this, you know, it takes an hour to dry at the most because it's thin paper. So then you end up with you know, something you can cover your projects with. And I just wanted to show you a little trick with this is to, I'm going to cover this coffee sleeve. When you're, the way, because of how you crinkled it up, sometimes it doesn't cut that well. Like if I were to trace this onto the coffee sleeve, it might not cut exactly right because whether it goes flat when you glue it or you know, how much is sticking up. So what I do is I glue it first and then cut from there. So I'll just show you a little bit of that. But these papers are really fun to make. Like I said, I think most of you probably know how. If you don't and you want me to show you, just leave a comment. But it's, I mean, it's cheap as could be, you know, it doesn't take that much glimmer mist. And since you can easily make more, you just put your project at whatever section you think is the prettiest, because they all turn out differently. But, you know, it's just cheap copy paper and then your glimmer mist. So, you know, there's not much to it at all. And I'll just go around with my big scissors first and then go in and get the details with my little one. These are my favorite little scissors. Now a lot of times what I do with my coffee sleeves, I've just started working with coffee sleeves. I'm going to get that edge a little better. Anyway, what I've been doing, and you can do all kinds of different things. So then you end up, you know, with your coffee sleeve covered like that. I typically put like some of that red sticky tape at the bottom, glue it together so then your tags will stay together. But I also have split, I should have brought it over here, I'll show you this. On this project, and I have another video on this whole project. Oh, here it is. You can take these coffee sleeves and open them and then end up with, you know, even more room for pictures. Isn't that cool? So anyway, I really wanted to show you how to make the coin envelopes. If for some reason, you know, you don't have any at your store, you can just make your own. Aren't they cool? Thanks for watching.